Alright, here we are again with
Spoilers.
spoilers for The Dark Knight Rises. And I'll just start off saying a lot of the stuff that if you followed the movie online and read a bunch of stuff, you know, there's all these rumors floating around about this person and that person, and this person may have a small appearance and stuff, and pretty much everything I read online like months ago, that character was in there. RayeZ Boys.
Can't remember his name.
Liam Neeson
yes.
popped in. He only had about a minute or two role, but he came in and
Scarecrow.
yeah,
He actually played a funny part in it. He did good.
he was the
judge.
The judge
Of when all the prisoners got out.
Everybody thought that you know, Joseph Gordon-Levitt was supposed to be Robin. His character's John Blake, and we find out right at the end. He hands a lady his ticket trying to get a bag, and says, "Here's, you know, my name, you know, John Blake." And she's like, she couldn't find him on file, and he's like, "Well, here, try to use my my other name." And she said, "That's a pretty name," or something like that. "You ought to use it more often, Robin." So, right there, Robin is in the movie, but not as Robin.
And I liked how they played that out. They gave it a good hint.
Mm-hmm.
One thing was, yes, it did happen. Bane broke Batman's back, messed up a desk, pretty much popped it out of place.
Yeah.
That fight scene was awesome. The first fight scene between them two, Catwoman set Batman up, and Bane beat the living snot out of him. He didn't stand a chance.
He beat the piss out of him, like Batman just slugging away, and just, you know, Bane can't feel pain really with that mask.
And he's just sitting there talking to him the whole time. He's whooping the snot out of him.
And it's a great fight. Yeah, and he lifts Batman over his head, just like you see in the comics, and just breaks it. I mean, obviously he doesn't snap it in two or anything, but he breaks it where he can't walk, and, you know, his goons come in and drag him off. That was pretty cool. And then
I know we're kind of talking out of order. The ending was something that I never expected. Through the whole series, Bane has a nuclear bomb. Or through the whole movie, sorry. And they can't detonate it. They can't, you know, make it where it won't go off. And through the whole movie, what's it called? The bat?
the plane?
Yeah.
Yeah, the bat.
The bat. The whole movie, Fox keeps telling Bruce Wayne, we don't have an autopilot. We don't have an autopilot. And so at the end, Bruce Wayne has to make the ultimate sacrifice, either let this bomb go off and destroy Gotham City, or, you know, help him out. So what he does is he attach it to the bat, takes off and gets out in the ocean, and the camera zooms in on Batman's face, and you just tell he's kind of like, this is it, you know, he's ready, and boom, bat goes up in flames, everything, and Bruce Wayne died.
Bruce Wayne died, and technically people think Batman died, but then we go to Jim Gordon on the roof of the MC, and at the beginning of the film, Joseph Gordon-Levitt come up there, and, you know, Commissioner Gordon's hanging out on the roof, and the bat signal is still broken down and stuff, all rotted and stuff. And at the end, Gordon's up there with a letter or a case file or something, and he looks up, and the symbol's fixed. And then, as I was saying earlier, you know, he referenced the economy, you know, Robin. In the bag, he's got coordinates, and you see the waterfall. And anybody that's watched the other two knows he's at the Batcave. So he swings into the Batcave, and what happens? He goes to walk over the water, and the suit comes up. You know, the thing that's holding his suit and everything comes up out of the water. So
yeah, and this was all Bruce Wayne's will. It shows them reading the will at the end.
Yeah. And
that's where he knew where to go get the bag at, and to find the coordinates to the Batcave. And I mean, just like I said, surprise ending. Real shocker. And it was cool at Bruce's funeral. I guess you could say funeral. It shows his tombstone is right next to his mom and dad. And Alfred did an amazing scene at the end where he's crying about it, and that was great.
I ain't gonna lie, I teared up on that. I was like, damn it.
There was one part that actually, right before Batman takes the bomb off, because, you know, he pretty much knows he's going to die, and there's Catwoman and Gordon. Gordon says, well, we need, you know,
I never got to find out who you really were.
Yeah, and he says, you know, Gotham needs to know who the hero is. And he looked at Gordon. He said, a hero is simple as putting a coat on a boy, or something like that.
Yeah, and then it flashes back to Batman Begins, where Gordon was wrapping his coat around, you know, little Bruce.
And as he's taking off, you see Gordon kind of, you know, he sat there for a minute. Then he goes, Bruce Wayne, and so you know, at least he didn't go without not know, you know.
Yeah.
What was some more spoilers here that?
Another rumor that was going around online, Miranda Tate ended up being Talia al Ghul, Ra's al Ghul's daughter.
Yep.
And Bane it showed, you know, it's doing some flashbacks, and it shows, you know, I guess the average person, and myself included, thought that Ra's helped get her out as a kid out of the jail, which they pretty much were saying was the Lazarus pit, and it ended up being Bane, and Bane was basically she said her love, you know, her boyfriend or whatever. He helped her escape, and then when she got out, she found her father, and the League of Shadows comes in and just, I guess, whoops everybody's ass in the prison, and he sees Bane is messed up, and, you know, his face is wrapped up in blood and stuff, and Rage didn't want Bane to be in the League of Shadows or something like that, so Bane basically becomes, you know, the mercenary, and then because, you know, Batman let Rage die in Batman Begins, Talia, you know, gets the shock there at the end, which everybody kind of figured that, and you even called it a few minutes before it happened like she's a bad guy.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you knew she was Talia al Ghul or not.
Yeah.
But you know, he's sitting there talking to Bane, and that was a good part too. What was he saying? Where's the?
Who's got the detonator?
Yeah, and then he you seen it in the previews. Bane says, "When Gotham is in ashes, you have my permission to die." Batman's got Bane, and where's the detonator? Doing his deep voice, and he's like, "Who's got the detonator?" And he's like, something like, "When I save Gotham or something, you have my permission to die." And I was like, you got him.
Yeah, it was that part was awesome because it almost reminded you of the Joker scene in the interrogation room where he's just hitting them. He's like, "Where are they?" On this one, he's doing the exact same thing, just punching them over and over. And this is a big spoiler, so if you don't want to see it, you may as well go ahead and cut this video off. But Catwoman killed Bane. That was awesome. Old Bane's about to freaking kill Batman.
He put a shotgun to his face.
Yeah, he's about to blow his freaking face off, and all of a sudden Catwoman's on the Bat Pod, and just boom, just blows him to bits.
Takes a cannon to the chest.
Yeah, it was funny because at the beginning when Catwoman and Batman are fighting, she's got a gun about to kill somebody. He knocks it out of her hand, and he goes, "We don't kill people, you know, no guns." Well, after she kills Bane, she goes, "I don't agree with you on all that no guns thing." But
and then another thing was, you know, the Joker caused all the chaos in the last one. Bane stepped it up and took it to a whole new level in this one. Like, he literally destroyed Gotham. Bombs went off everywhere. I mean, you've seen the trailers with the football field blowing up. That's just like the tip of the iceberg. Like, everything blew up. All the bridges, people couldn't get out, people couldn't get in.
And you know, I know people's going to comment on this or say something, but I liked when the football field was blowing up, but I hated that the dude just kept running because...
Well, have you heard that?
No, he didn't know anything about it. It made it look like, because he turned around, he was like, "Huh?" I'm like, dude, you know, if that whole ground was falling out from underneath you, you'd know it. But the little stuff like that bugs me.
If I was running, I heard boom, 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 I'd be trucking it too.
Normal person more likely would stop and turn around and look.
And I didn't really notice it at first. It took a second to click, but not the commissioner, not Gordon, his boss, the one that promoted
the mayor.
Was okay, the mayor, yeah. He died. He was in the
like that,
like the press box or whatever you want to call it at the stadium, and you see it blow up, and then it goes to an out view, you know, kind of looking up at the window, and the whole window just blows out. So I was like, ooh. And Bane was like just a total badass, and as he killed people just left and right, like Gordon gets shot in the leg or maybe a couple times, and he just flops in the water and goes down the drain, and Bane's like,
they're in the sewer.
Yeah. And one of Bane's little goons is just like,
"He's dead."
Yeah, go get him. Yeah, he said he's dead. He's show me the body. He's like, that goes off, you know, 5 different directions. How am I supposed to find him?
Puts a tracking device on him.
Yeah, he throws that dude a tracking device, shoots him in the leg, and his own goon falls in the water.
Yeah, he says, "There, now you'll find him." I can't really think of a lot more spoilers except for at the beginning when Alfred's trying to tell Bruce Wayne that he don't want him to become Batman. He said, what did he say? The whole 7 years you were gone. And then was he talking about when he was gone training with the? Remember he was trying to become what's that freaking Shadows?
League of Shadows.
League of Shadows. Is that when he was talking about the whole time you were gone? I was hoping I'd see you at a restaurant or whatever.
Oh yeah.
The whole time Bruce Wayne's gone for those. I think he said 7 years. Albert said he went
in
to
Batman Begins. Yeah. He disappears.
He said he went to a certain restaurant and would always look across the room in hopes to see Bruce Wayne sitting there and with a family, and just give him a nod like, I'm fine. Mm-hmm. And he said, I don't want you saying nothing to me. And he gets up and walks out. Well, go ahead.
The ending of it, like I said, I ain't gonna lie, I got a little teary-eyed, and I was like, damn, they killed off Batman and Bruce Wayne and stuff. And then, it shows Alfred in the little restaurant he was talking about, and, he's looking, and you kind of see him smile, the camera stays on him for a second, and there's Bruce Wayne and Selena Kyle just chilling at the restaurant, and they just kind of nods at him.
Didn't he kind of have his wine? He was like,
something like that. Just kind of gave him like a little tip of the hat, just like, I'm good.
And Alfred got up, walked out of the restaurant. So now Batman didn't die. And then what was cool was going back to the autopilot. It shows Fox walking up to the
bat.
The bat.
I guess they had another one because the other one got demolished.
And he's like, make sure you fix the autopilot. And they're like, it's been fixed. And he's like, what do you mean? He goes, they got fixed 6 months ago. And he's like, well, who fixed it? And they're like, Bruce Wayne. So then he smiles, so he knows Bruce Wayne's really still out there. Mm. But pretty much all it was Bruce Wayne retiring. Mm. And I thought that was cool. Just let's hope to God that nobody tries to remake these things in the next 10 years, because they're going to have some big shoes to fill if they do.
That's what I was going to say earlier, too. There was rumors going around online. I don't know if they were true, but, rumors were Nolan supposedly said that Robin would never be in his Batman universe. And he ended up being in his Batman universe, and with the bat signal fixed at the end and everything. And Joseph Gordon-Levitt, John Blake, Robin, whatever you want to call him, goes into the Batcave. The thing comes up out of the water, the camera goes in on black, and that's the end. So, either one, he's just going to take over as Batman, or two, maybe they'll start making a Robin movie.
Yeah, that's the only part that makes you go, because in my opinion, I don't want to see nobody else being Batman. If that's Robin, okay? You go off and be Robin. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But
that's what I figured too, because I don't think they would throw out the name Robin.
Exactly.
And then just go, okay, Robin, you're gonna be Batman.
Yeah, that would make sense. But like I said, when I realized it kind of hit me right there that I was thinking, okay, this guy's Robin was right toward the end of it, right before the big battle happens. He's helping all these people out, and he's fighting. And Batman comes down. He says, next time you help people out, you need to wear a mask. Mm-hmm. And right there, as soon as he said that,
he says, I'm not afraid to fight in front of these guys or show them who I am. And he's like, no, it's not for you. It's for the people you care about.
Yeah. So, but overall, great movie. And like I said, if you didn't want to see the spoilers, you shouldn't have watched the video.
But yeah, definitely, if you like the other two Batman films, go watch it. I plan on seeing it again.
But and honestly, I know this is corny, but there's a kind of a sadness to it, because knowing that is the last Batman. Mm-hmm. I'd love to see the Riddler.
I think the Riddler would have fit in great in Nolan's. Batman.
He could have done a lot with that. That's what I'm saying. But it was cool that I was happy, kind of that okay, Bruce Wayne went out like that. He was. He made the ultimate sacrifice, but then once it showed him in the restaurant at the end, and him and Catwoman, you knew they were together. I was like, that's the way to go.
So they'd never make another Batman movie again, which is not going to happen. They will eventually, whether it's 5-10 years down the road. But if anybody decides to do it, they have got some massive shoes to fill.
Well, look, they've already done Superman. They already did that crap Spider-Man.
And Spider-Man, like the last one, was like 5 years ago or something.
Yeah, so
let's reboot. So
Hollywood, get some new ideas. Quit remaking stuff.
Ain't that the truth?
Well, anyway,
this is our spoiler kind of review, I guess you say. So until our next video,
same bat time,
same bat channel.
Facebook sucks.
Mr. RayeZ out.